2 years ago, I transferred to a different part of my district. And I didn't realize that many of the schools had stopped teaching social studies and science. Now, I was lucky to be in a school that was a restructuring school where our principal really wanted that to be taught. And so I was still able to teach science and social studies. But having moved to Emerson, I had heard that they had double dose. This was called double dosing, where they had reading twice and they had math twice during the day. Well, in order to do that, something's not going to happen. There's a part of the curriculum that won't be covered, and it is science and social studies. So when I first started with the kids, they didn't know we're going to, what is science? Yay! They were jumping up, we're going to have science. But at that point, I guess I didn't quite understand that they really had not been taught. And these are fifth graders. So I set up an experiment, and it bombed, only because how to handle the tools, how to handle the equipment, what do you do with it? And so taking that lesson, we repeated it. I had to be very clear about the roles that they had. A material manager, a recorder, a reader. And once I knew that I was starting to they were starting to understand what that meant, and that they took turns and that they actually worked together, then it began to flow. But that was another difficult time, because when students don't have accessibility to hands-on materials, and then we put them in situations where we're going to actually have a science lesson, there's some prior knowledge that they need to have. And so once they got that, once they began to understand it, became a lot easier. And then I was able to move from the hands-on into requiring something written. So again, it was gradual. All of these steps were gradual as I added them in. And then someone from the group was going to talk about what they learned in the group, what they learned in the experiment.